Good morning.
Good morning everywhere.
I haven't got my watch on, but it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, isn't it?
Sì, siamo appena svegliati.
Yes. And I thought today we'd make breakfast together.
Sì, dovete sapere che spesso io mi sveglio prima e vengo qui, faccio colazione e vado via. Ma questa cosa da un po' è cambiata. Adesso dobbiamo fare colazione insieme.
Yes, after nearly 60 years, not 60 years together, but 60 years of Carlo's life, I've actually convinced him to change his breakfast habits, his not very healthy breakfast habits.
Sì, ma buona però.
What do you want to explain? Spiega cosa mangiavi.
Mattina per colazione cosa mangiavo? Una bella tazza di latte con biscotti, cereali, pane, burro e marmellata,
Cake.
torta, insomma
Croissants, pastries.
Sì, panettoni. Sì.
And he'd basically, so it'd be warm milk with probably normally a bit of coffee in it or something. It would be flavoured milk.
Caffè e latte classico italiano.
And then he'd shove everything into it and mix it up into a big mush. And then...
È qualcosa, voi non potete capire perché non l'avete mai mangiato, è qualcosa di buonissimo. Poi, dipende dai gusti chiaramente.
And then about an hour and a half later you'd be hungry again.
Ma no, un'ora e mezza no, diciamo un paio di orette, dai. Adesso invece?
So now I'm going to go through what I make. So I've also changed my breakfast because I've got to say for most of my life I've had 2 slices of bread, hopefully fresh crusty bread with salted butter and dad's jam, and that has been my favourite breakfast forever, and it still will always be my favourite breakfast.
Anche quella colazione è buonissima.
Yeah, but it wasn't doing me any favours, and over the last, let's say, 3.5 months, I've overhauled all my eating habits. So that breakfast had to go out the window and a new one had to come in. And we both love this breakfast, don't we?
Sì, è buono.
Yeah,
Anche questo è buono.
I made it for Carlo one day just to see if he'd like it, and he really liked it. And now we're both having it every day. I've made it for Dad, and Dad likes it. Yeah, I mean, all of our guests, everybody who's come to stay here in the last couple of months, I've made it for them, and everybody's liked it. So.
Però adesso permettimi, io devo spiegare la differenza oltre a quello che mangi di questa colazione. Allora, la colazione precedente la preparavo da sola. Questa colazione qui la preparo Niki, perché io non ho la pazienza di tagliare la frutta, di fare tutte queste cose la mattina. Vado di fretta, voglio fare solo colazione e andare a fare qualcosa. Invece lei è molto più paziente ed è anche molto più veloce di me, quindi lei prepara la colazione e io la mangio. Molto semplice, ancora meglio di prima, voglio dire, per me.
Yeah. So basically, this breakfast, I've also, just so you know, I've optimised it for myself. I haven't actually optimised it for him, I should do that actually. I've optimised it for myself with ChatGPT. I've run the ingredients and amounts through and it's adjusted them for me for what was good for me for health-wise and everything. I wanted to lose a bit of weight. I felt like by December I put on a bit of weight and I wanted to get that weight off again, and so this is why I've changed up my diet and it's worked. So what I was doing at the beginning, I'm not really weighing everything now, but I was weighing out the amounts of yogurt so I didn't overdo it. So if I can get this to work, I was doing 100 grams. And 150 for Carlo, probably could have more.
Sono più grosso io.
And this is 0% Greek yogurt. Once I hit my goal weight, which probably will be quite soon, I'm going to change it to 2% fat, which we can get here, which I haven't seen in England, but you can get 2% Greek yogurt here. So I'll change it to that. So, 0% Greek yogurt. I put in half a scoop each of vanilla flavoured protein powder. Now I wasn't using a full scoop. I tried at the beginning, a full scoop and it gave me a bit of a tummy ache. So I put it to half a scoop, and that doesn't bother me at all. But I think the secret ingredient of this recipe is I add a little bit of warm water. One, I don't like cold, fridge cold yogurt. If you like fridge cold yogurt, you could add cold water. But it loosens up the yogurt. It doesn't make it so thick and gummy. It makes it more into like a, well, with the vanilla protein powder, it makes it into more like a pudding, like a vanilla flavoured, almost like a custard or a creme chantilly.
Ma non sapevo che lo mettevi anche a me.
See,
Ok.
see, that's why it tastes so yummy.
Ma ok.
Otherwise it would just taste of plain yogurt.
L'odore è buono, infatti. Anche il sapore adesso.
And these come in loads of different flavours. I mean, I know there's loads of different protein powders. This is apparently the most popular one in Italy, so that's the one I'm using. And I know it comes in loads of different flavours, but I haven't tried any other flavours yet. I don't think I really want chocolate yogurt in the morning, so...
Oh, io potrei
You might like that.
Sì, sì.
And they do a cookies and cream one as well.
Sì, certo.
That could be quite nice. I'll have to try it one day. Then, banana! So, about half a banana. This is a tiny banana, so half a banana each will do. And I just chop it up into pieces and put that in. It is quite important to mix the protein powder into the yogurt before you start adding all the toppings, otherwise it gets a bit difficult. Okay.
Prendo un altro po' di tè, il mio è già finito.
Okay. So, some yogurt. And another thing, Carlo's never liked banana. He's never wanted to eat banana.
Oddio, non è la mia frutta preferita, ma la mangio.
But you're eating it like this.
Sì, no.
I mean, I could not put banana in, I could put something else in, but you've never complained about it.
No, no, perché in effetti mi piace. Non è la frutta che preferisco, ok? Mangerei una mela, una pera. Insomma, se c'è una banana e un altro frutto, scelgo sempre l'altro frutto. Però se ci rimane solo la banana, mangio quello.
So ChatGPT told me I should be putting a quarter or a third of a banana in for my height and weight and everything, and I've put a bit more in today. Blueberries. Now, has anybody else noticed that over the last few years, blueberries have become enormous? Shop-bought blueberries, obviously. I mean, honestly, in Italy, blueberries weren't even really available up until not many years ago, so I'm really glad that we've got them, but they're huge. I don't remember them being this size, so they're so big that I'm actually chopping them in half.
Perché questi sono quelli italiani, sono più grandi.
Italiani? I don't think so. Hang on a minute. Where are these blueberries coming in from? Morocco.
Sì,
Morocco of Italy.
Sì, ma li vendono in Italia. Le persone italiane vogliono la frutta grande.
That's what I think it is. I think Italians like big fruit and vegetables, because even the apples, when I buy apples in England, they're like this. And then you buy an apple here and they're bigger. They're all bigger. The only things that are small in Italy are pears, but you can also get giant pears. And I've noticed this with everything. The Nespole, we picked some off Carlo's uncle's tree last year, and they're tiny. They're like cherry size, really. Look at that. These are massive. And red pepper. The red peppers that we grow in the garden are pretty much the size of a small lemon. So just like that big. These are the ones you buy in the supermarket. So here, catch. Whoop. Right, what was I doing? Putting blueberries into my yogurt bowl.
Per un attimo avevo pensato volevi mettere il peperone nella colazione. No, grazie.
No. And also, often, you can get in big supermarkets, you can get big punnets of blueberries, but if not, you get 125 grams, which basically does for about...
È divertente il fatto che non hai notato che avevo preparato già le tazze, stavano lì.
I wondered why there weren't many in there. Then we had some sugar-free granola. This is a new one. I've never had this brand before. Oh, comes in a little paper bag. I normally keep my granola up in a jar up there, and that jar is currently busy doing my blossom cordial. So. And it's actually about ready to drain that and try it. any of this out. So I just do like a handful of granola each. If I've got strawberries, which it is actually strawberry time at the moment, I'll put some strawberries in as well, but I don't have any today. Then I add...
E così tutte le mattine. Lei prepara la colazione e poi mi fa una spiegazione di quello che mette dentro.
This says chia seeds, but it's not. This is a mixture of flax seeds and chia seeds. I think it's mostly flax seeds by now because I keep refilling it. So I have a teaspoon of flax seeds, and to top it all off, a teaspoon of peanut butter. I'll have a little spoonful of this. And this, in Italy, it's very easy to get 100% peanut butter, which is just made out of peanuts. They don't tend to add much to it, which is what you want really. And that is our breakfast. So that's our breakfast, and it's really, really yummy and good for you. And it's helped me lose a significant bit of weight over the last few weeks with careful, conscious eating. I think the main thing I've done is cut out all the snacks. There was a lot of snacks.
Sì. Comunque le persone si sono accorte che ha perso peso, eh?
Are they?
Sì, io l'ho letto nei commenti.
Yeah, basically I stopped snacking and eating healthily. That's all I've
Sì,
been...
insomma anche questo video viene da questa idea qua. Le persone hanno notato che ha perso peso e abbiamo iniziato a spiegare con la colazione. Magari perderò peso anche io, non ci credo perché... Dopo questo magari mangerò qualcos'altro, ma non subito dopo, però...
Yeah. It's one of those funny subjects where talking about food and eating healthily is always going to be criticised by somebody because they do it a different way or they don't agree with the way you do it. So it's one of those tiptoey subjects that you've got to be careful about. So I don't want to lecture anybody or tell anybody this is the best, this is what you should do, because it's not. This is what I'm doing. And that's all. But I think people find it interesting.
Ma le cose che facciamo noi non sono le migliori cose che si possono fare, sono le cose che piacciono a noi.
Telefono?
Ma hai telefono?
Yeah.
Sapete la cosa? Che adesso vi do qualche informazione su... Magari spegnila perché questo non si spegne da solo. Cose che mi piace mangiare. Ecco, io... Partiamo da questa notizia qua. A me piace mangiare tutto. Io mangio, dico qualsiasi cosa, solo le cose troppo speziate non mi piacciono perché non ci sono abituato. Magari un giorno potrebbero piacermi anche quello, tipo il cibo indiano, per esempio, è buono ma per me è troppo speziato.
Also because that's not a flavour or a taste that you get very often in Italy. You're not brought up on it, so it's a very strong, very different flavour.
Sì. Comunque, a me piace mangiare tutto, verdure specialmente, tutti i tipi di verdure. Differenza fa anche come la cucini. Diciamo che a me piacciono le cose con tanto sapore. Ecco, è un controsenso perché magari dici come me non ti piacciono le cose con le spezie, è perché non ci sono abituato. Quindi mi piacciono, non so, le verdure maggiormente cotte, condite, col sale,
Con
con
lots of oil. And oil is very calorific.
lo so, ma mi piace. Poi io sinceramente non sono interessato a diventare, non lo so, molto bello o con un fisico molto snello. Sono tutte cose che non mi interessano. Certamente mi interessa però di stare bene, quindi non è che mangio male perché non mi preoccupo di come il mio fisico, però mi preoccupo certamente della mia salute. Era comprensibile quello che ho detto o lo devo rifare? Magari era un po' strano nel modo in cui l'ho detto.
I'll just alter it in the subtitles.
Sì.
Which I do sometimes.
Un'altra cosa, spesso qualcuno ha notato che cosa ho detto in italiano non corrispondeva necessariamente alla traduzione che Nicky ha fatto. Questo perché? Perché a volte io non dico la cosa come la volevo dire, dico qualcosa, lo dico nel modo sbagliato, ma lei capisce subito cosa volevo dire e quindi cambia le parole. Ma non è perché facciamo finta che io dico una cosa e poi lei ne dice un'altra, è perché sono io che mi sbaglio a parlare.
Sometimes when you're talking and you're aware that you're filming and you're trying to get a point across that, you know, there's quite a lot of people watching, you just don't get your words out correctly. And you go back and think about it later and you think that's not what I wanted to say. So sometimes it's easier just, well, I can do it for him. I wish I could do it for me too, because sometimes I look back at what I've said and think, no, Nikki, that's not the point that I was trying to get across. And I can't do anything about it because I'm already speaking English.
Sì, un'altra cosa, io dico un sacco di parolacce.
Yeah.
Veramente tante.
Yeah. And a lot of them are not translatable.
E ci sono un sacco di pezzi che lei deve tagliare ogni volta perché io in mezzo a una frase, boom, e dico una parolaccia. Lei dà molto fastidio perché deve rifare tutto da capo.
And you also stop and you go,
Yeah, questa è una cosa che faccio spesso purtroppo.
Yeah. Well, we did that video, didn't we? We did a whole, was it a minute? I'll put it in at the end of this video, a whole minute and a half of him going,
Ma
It's brilliant.
Questo perché? Perché mentre sto parlando vado in meditazione perché mi serve di liberare il cervello per capire che cosa sto dicendo e che cosa voglio dire e che cosa voglio continuare a dire. Quindi sì, ogni tanto, non so, mi piace raccontare questa storia che credo che sia vera, che le altre persone nel cervello hanno milioni, miliardi di neuroni, io ce n'ho solo 3. Uno è sempre in vacanza, l'altro è andato in pensione, ce n'ho uno solo che funziona, quindi...
Però quello è occupato guardando dentro il frigo.
Vabbè.
Anyway, this is the breakfast that we're eating.
Sì,
It's very yummy, very nice.
ve lo confermo, a me piacciono le cose buone e questo è molto buono.
I know many people won't like it because many people like to have a savoury breakfast in the morning, like Elizabeth. Many people want just cereals and they just want to shove their face in a bowl of cereals. Everybody, and some people don't
Sì.
eat breakfast.
E altre persone come me piacciono la colazione molto dolce.
So this is just what we're having for breakfast in the morning. If you're more interested in the rest of our diet and the overhaul that I've done, let me know. I'm happy to share. I haven't spoken about it up to now just because it is a bit of a tiptoey, touchy subject and I don't want to rile people up. I just want to have a happy, peaceful life. So, but if you are interested in what we've been eating...
Io non penso che saranno interessati. Già questo sarà palloso per loro per guardare. Questa è un'altra parola che dovrà tagliare dal video. Cosa significa palloso?
Palos. No, nicely. You just said boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ok. Adesso facciamo colazione.
Hope you all have a lovely day or evening or week. And we'll see you very, very soon.
Goodbye. Come on, Nikki.
My fault, of course.
Goodbye everywhere. A tutti.
Bye.
Sì, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. No.
Okay.
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 No.
Okay. Okay. It's finished.
Okay.
Oh, okay.